He kills a man in the first 10 minutes of the pilot. The show tells you exactly what he is before you even learn his last name. And somehow, by the end of the episode, you want him to get away with it. Dexter ran for 8 seasons on a premise that shouldn't work. A serial killer is the hero, and an audience that's fully in on it from minute one. This isn't a story about a secretly good man. It's a machine built, scene by scene, to make you complicit. And the trick was never the kills. It's 3 specific choices about how the show lets you see him. Harry's code exists to solve one problem. How do you make killing feel like justice instead of murder? Harry sees what's underneath his adopted son early, and instead of trying to cure it, he redirects it. Only kill people who are themselves killers. Be certain. Don't get caught. Protect the family. It's not really a moral code. It's a target selection filter wearing a moral code's clothes. But it's enough, because the moment the show reveals this week's target walked on a murder charge or a string of assaults, your own sense of justice gets recruited to Dexter's side before you've had time to object to the method. The code also isn't static. It bends every time family's on the line, and every bend costs someone close to him. That's its real function in the writing. Not a moral compass, but a pressure gauge for exactly how much the show can ask you to forgive. Dexter's own term for what's underneath is the dark passer, not a device for the audience. A survival tool he actually uses. Everything that reads as human. The relationship with Rita, playing dad to her kids, the easy rapport at the precinct, he narrates as rehearsal. He studies reactions like a second language and performs them back on a delay. The show roots this in one image. Dexter is a toddler, left for days in his mother's blood after her murder. Harry frames the code as a rescue from that, but the show is careful never to fully close the case on nature versus nurture, and that ambiguity is doing real work. It means Dexter is never fully a victim and never fully just a monster. He's stuck in between. So is the audience. Here's the actual mechanism holding all of it together. Almost every kill, or every step toward one, comes wrapped in internal monologue. You don't just watch Dexter choose a target. You hear him build the case, weigh it against the code, talk himself into or out of it. Put that next to how prestige TV usually handles its killers. Walter White gets plenty of interiority, but it plays his ego and pride, not a running legal brief for murder. Tony Soprano gets therapy sessions, but the show keeps real distance from him even there. Dexter's different. You're not hunting him, and you're not watching from a careful distance. You're inside the decision every time, before the knife ever comes out. Structurally, you agreed to it first. None of this makes Dexter good. The show never actually claims that. The code fractures constantly, and every season is really an accounting of what a justified kill cost the people who love him. What made Dexter genuinely unsettling was never the murders themselves. It's that 8 seasons in, a huge share of the audience still hadn't decided whether they wanted him caught. If a code and a mask were enough to get you rooting for a serial killer, wait until you meet the one who cooks for his victims. Hannibal Lecter's next.